Hi, Learn 11 class. Welcome to this week's video check-in. Sorry the lighting is so bad in here. I'm temporarily in between places, and so I'm staying with my family, and this is really interesting. So, um, believe me, some of you who deal with family things, I hear you. I'm there right now in between. Um, I'm also not feeling so well today, so I'm going to try and make this short, but I do have a lot of things to cover in this check-in video, so thank you for watching. The first is that the deadline for completing the LTM and the LASSI is now complete. It's now over. So thank you to all of you who completed your LTMs and LASSIs. Most of you God, it's like the 99% of you have completed everything. Those of you who have completed everything but need to re-upload your LTMs or LASSIs because I couldn't read the graphs or they were done incorrectly or whatever, you will still earn the points once you re-upload in the comment box of the assignment, the new results of the, and re-upload them. You'll still get the points if you had tried the first time. We're going to try and iron this out so that everything is there. By the end of the semester, you guys will all be pros with how to upload on time. Most of you, high majority of you, have already scheduled for instructor conferences, and I think if I look in the message boxes, there might be a couple more waiting for me. So you guys have done a fantastic job at scheduling and showing up for your instructor conferences as well, so I commend you and thank you so much. I allow students who have made an error or who have a really tough schedule to reschedule with me, but that's really rare that even happens. So thank you for showing up. If you haven't scheduled your instructor conference yet, please look at your inbox. I have probably sent you an email. If I haven't, go ahead and send me an email. Grading, I'm a little bit behind the grading, but those of you who have asked me, why I haven't graded something, it's because I just haven't. Okay, so I see what's on my plate. I know it has to be done. Just be patient, because when there are errors, I'm also waiting for students to redo some of their other work, and so that sets me back a little bit. And plus, during conference times, the first 6 weeks of the semester is set aside for instructor conferences. I have a little bit less time. I'm really working with a lot of emailing and a lot of messaging with you guys, a lot of scheduling and going back between a bunch of programs. So it takes me a while. And then once those conferences are done, then I'm a little bit better at staying on top of grading. But just hold tight, your grades will come. Remember, if you don't see any grade, it means I haven't graded it yet. If you see a 0, please read the comment box. There's probably a reason why there's a 0. And if you have tried to upload something, but I needed it to be re-uploaded, I need it to be redone, you will still earn the points. You'll just have to follow the instructions that I give you to re-upload. It has been, someone has made it aware to me that that there are assignments or activities with spring semester due dates on them. Please let me know when you catch that. I've tried my best to weed through all of the assignments and update all of the due dates. So if you see something, please let me know. I need to change that. And I'm thankful for those extra eyes that are finding those things. The reflection from last week on mindsets that many of you completed. Thank you for doing all of your work. It's going to be really interesting to read through your comments. It was not something, in the past I have had online students write a reflection every week, and it became apparent to me that especially when we get towards the middle of the semester, it becomes a lot of work to write the reflections. And I'll tell you what, it becomes a lot of work for me to read every single reflection every week and comment to all of them as well, where it's much faster for me to just speak to you. I take my time when I'm writing to you. So what I've done is I've decided to make that assignment extra 10 points. If you were able to complete it, you get 10 points. If you didn't complete it, you don't lose any points, okay? Moving forward, there's only one more reflection to be done, and that is this week with the 32-day commitment, where you're going to write down what you want to commit to, an action you want to commit to for 32 days. That one will be 10 points. That you will be graded on that one, okay? I believe. Okay, that brings me to the 32-day commitment. The 32-day commitment, you can read all about the assignment if you would like with the handout that's posted in the modules. But I just want to give you a little bit of insight into what this assignment is supposed to do. Every semester I commit alongside students to commit to an action, to do an action every day for 32 days. Okay? There are some of the guidelines that you want to, be aware of are that, here, let me pull up a Word doc to show you. In typing. Okay, I'm going to type this so that you can see it as I type it for those of you who need to see things. Okay, so one, this is for the 32-day commitment guidelines. And by guidelines, I mean I'm just trying to give you some advice on how to make this work the best for you. One of those things is that you want to find an action, something that you can say you did or didn't do. Not a mindset, not a belief, not a thought, okay? But an action, something that you can complete or not complete. Just think of it that way. So, there's a difference between saying, I will tell myself that I can do a good job every day, okay? If you are going to look in the mirror every morning and you're going to tell yourself, Krista, you can do a good job, or whatever, put your name there, then that works. But if it's just something you think you're going to think, that is not what I'm looking for. Some examples of 32-day commitments that worked: drinking 4 glasses of water a day, maybe 8 glasses of water a day. I had a student who committed to a gallon and then had to go back down from a gallon to something that was more attainable for them. Another one could be walking for 20 minutes every day. Okay, if you want to exercise. It could be, you could study for 20, or let's say 1 hour every day. You might want to read a chapter of a textbook every day. Okay, so what we're noticing here with these examples that work for this 32-day assignment is that they have a couple of things to them. They're measurable, okay, meaning 1 chapter. They have a time limit, 20 minutes, or 4 glasses. There's a number involved that makes it easier to know if I did it, if I completed it, or if I didn't complete it. It's more specific. It's measurable. And it's measurable by time or duration, or amount, I should say. Okay. Another thing is that choosing the time of day that you'll do this action is actually really helpful. So every morning or every night, or in the morning and at night. But choosing when you're going to be able to do it is very helpful, because then that gives you a guideline, not for me, but for you to actually complete it, and you can commit to that. Something else about these is that it is achievable. Okay, this is something that you are able to do. So, like my student who decided that they were going to drink a gallon of water every day. Well, that was too much, so they had to scale back. Okay, so students will say, I'm going to go to the gym for an hour every day. And then they realize by the third day, they're absolutely exhausted, and an hour was too much. So if they commit to 20 minutes of exercise every day, and then they're able to do an hour, then they've just hit bonus. Okay, but I would say start with something small and achievable, and you can always add to it if you want down the line. It's better to add than to take away, and here's why. If you say you're going to commit to an hour and then you have to go down to 20 minutes, you already feel like you set yourself up for failure. And then it's hard to want to do it because it doesn't sound as great or as, you know, as much of a commitment, but it is. So start small and add as you go. Okay, those are the guidelines that I want to choose for you, but I do want you to be specific with what it is that you're going to do so that I can understand what you're going to be doing. And remember, it's an action. It is not something that you will think or believe, but it's something you will do. Okay? If you have any more questions, you can always email me. But as you start sharing your 32-day commitments in the forum, I will be giving you feedback on your commitments so that I can tell you this is not going to work. I'm going to need you to be more specific, or I'm going to need you to reply to this with something that's more measurable or something like that. So please be reading my comments back to the 32-day commitment discussion forum posts. And read each other's as well, so you can get a sense, and comment on each other's. Please give each other some feedback that's helpful, that's uplifting, that gives guidance. Nothing. It's great to give encouragement and say, hey, that's a great one. That's a great action. But it's even more helpful if you ask a question like, when will you be doing this action? That's really helpful for the other person to start thinking. So let's work as a team and help each other out here to begin this wonderful 32-day commitment. I'll post what my 32-day commitment is once I get there. I haven't decided what it is that I will do for 32 days yet, but by the end of the week, I will have something for you just like you do. Okay? So thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your week. Email me with any questions, and I look forward to seeing those of you who will be conferencing with me on Thursday. Thanks, and take care. Bye-bye.